All right, guys. Like I said, we're back. We've got the Ubisoft take on what we saw there with their E3 spotlight. First, they started off with Children of Eden. This appears to be a Microsoft Kinect type game. You had some hand motions, a lot of really cool music, really cool graphics, kind of 3D old school type look. Uh, didn't have a lot there. There wasn't a whole lot explained, so just kind of take it as it is with a grain of salt or so. Next up was Assassin's Creed: The Brotherhood. This is the third in this series, not counting the expansions on PSP. Uh, where you start back in the original Monticello from Assassin's Creed 2. Uh, they're adding in a multiplayer. It looks like you're going to have a little bit more action in this game rather than the stealth that we were used to with the original Assassin's Creed. In the gameplay that we saw, we actually saw Ezio climbing up onto his fortified walls and utilizing a cannon system against the enemies that were attempting to barrage and take down his castle and his little city there. So really curious to see what's going to happen. There was a lot of action, a lot of fighting, not a whole lot of stealth that we saw, but it could be something that comes down the line. We had a chance to take a look at Shaun White. He now has a skateboarding game out. Graphics looked pretty good on that. It's not really the genre that I play. It's not one that Fanboy's going to be playing as well. I might pick it up as a rental just to see how it plays out. Might just do the demo on it. It looked good. There's a lot of flexibility. It looks like you're trying to kind of re-enlighten and re-encourage the world that you're within, adding color back to it, and then kind of readjusting how it plays and where it travels to. Looks like a pretty good one, and we'll see how that one plays out. There was another game, Battletag. This appears to be one for just the PC side, released by Ubisoft. It might have the ability to be played on consoles. I couldn't quite tell. Basically, it's what it sounds like. It's laser tag, and it will upload back into the PC and let you know how the game played out, who won, who lost. Real simple there. There was another game. It appears that this came from probably France or Canada, maybe. Game, not really a game so much. It was a product called Energy. That appears to be kind of a stress relieving game. It looks real similar to Flower that was released on the PlayStation Network. Looks pretty good. It uses a vitality sensor on your finger to kind of monitor your breathing, your heartbeat, and stuff. It's just kind of there to help you relax and calm back down after a stressful day. Not sure if that's going to be on any of the consoles. It looks like it was a PC only type setup. Looks like the developers had that running on a laptop. We had a couple of products for Kinect only. These will be some exclusives. One was Motion Sports. The other one was Your Shape. We'll probably have Fanboy go into a little bit of Your Shape when he does his review, and then it looks like Motion Sports was your basic type games, jumping up and down, waving your arms. This is kind of Microsoft's way of getting into the eye and motion control that we have with the Wii's and with PlayStation's Move, which we're going to hear about later this week. Next, we've got an exclusive for Wii. Another classic game, Raving Rabbids. This is kind of a retake. It looks like they're going through time travel, various histories and points in times there. If you haven't played Raving Rabbids before, it's a fun game. It's a lot of little mini games, beating animals, jumping up and down, hula hoops, stuff like that. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good, fun one. One of the big ones that Ubisoft had, along with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you had Ghost Recon, Future Soldier. This looks absolutely amazing. You have a new camo uniform that you have the ability to utilize. It basically is going to make you invisible for the most part, and you can wander around the world. This is going to take into account a lot of what could be the future of battle. This is just kind of Ubisoft's take on everything and how it plays out. I'm really curious to see how this is going to play. I've got it on my reserve list for GameFly, so we'll see what happens down the road. This may end up becoming a buy. It just kind of depends on how it plays out, and we'll see what it's like if we get a demo or whatnot. You've got destructible environments, 4-player co-op, and it's going to be available in 3D as well for the PS3, which is going to be stereoscopic 3D ready here by the time that Move releases. And the 4-player co-op during gameplay, it's going to be very nice. Something that we've wanted for a while with the Tom Clancy's, the Ghost Recon series. You've got Driver, San Francisco. Pretty much like the first Driver. Now you actually have the ability to shift from car to car. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. Be driving down the road and decide, oh, hey, I want to go ahead and switch cars and go back the other direction without having to actually turn the vehicle around. So I'm curious to see how that one's going to be. There were 2 projects that were released that are currently in the works. Doesn't look like they're in beta or anything. Looks like they're still in alpha runs. You had Project Dust. This looks like it's going to be a populous type game where you have the ability to construct and deconstruct the various terrains. It's kind of a godlike type game, at least from what we saw with the gameplay and the trailer that was shown on E3 this year. You've got Rayman Origins. This is very cartoonish. Currently, I believe there's only 5 members working on this game, and I believe a lot of them are artists right now, or maybe that's just the five artists that are working on the game. It looks kind of cell shaded, but it looks nice. It looks like one that might be an exclusive to the Wii, but they might take that out to the other consoles. So we'll find out what happens there. And then, if you've ever played Trackmania, there is a new project that's being released by that company called Mania Planet. This is going to have the ability to do similar to Trackmania, where you're going to have Race Mania. It's going to include Shooter Mania, and then there is a third project tied in there as well, which honestly I can't remember right off the top of my head. I believe that it's not a race element. We'll have to go back in and find out what that is, and we'll post a little note there. But that's kind of a take at what we've got for Ubisoft. We gave you guys the heads up there on EA, and Fanboy will have his post up with the Microsoft and the project or the new Kinect rather than Project Natal. And we'll keep you guys updated throughout the week as E3 continues, and we'll just kind of go from there. That's all we've got for right now, so have a good one.